How Mitakuyepi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Wana Wotapi. Time to eat. Today, I'm going to make a dish. It's not really a res dish, but it's a dish I really like to make and prepare and eat. This dish doesn't really have a name. I just say my lemon, garlic, rosemary, chicken, because those are the ingredients. And here we have what we need for this dish. We have chicken. I'm using chicken. I don't know what you would call those in English, but in German they say schenkels. You could see the drumstick and the thigh all connected together. I think in America they say this is the leg. So this is what I'm going to use. And then you see the other things I'm going to use with it. There's some lemons, whole garlic, looks like this. And we're going to use all of that. And rosemary, we're going to use all of this too. And that stuff is going to go on the chicken. And then as the chicken is finishing, we're going to make rice with this dish. Goes really good together. So, in preparing for this, one place to start would be with the garlic. As I said, it looks like this. And you take it apart. There's for those of you that don't know, there's a outer layer here. What I usually do is take a knife and go like this, and then you can peel it off. And then when you get done, you have all these peelings left. That's part of it, okay? And then there's a bunch of little pieces like that, and they look like this. They're all clumped together. This is one of the garlic pieces. I think there's an English term, a clove. They call this a garlic clove. So then when you get this, you have to peel off this layer. See, there's still a wrapping around it like that. You want to take this brown stuff off. And when you do that, then you take this stuff and then put it all together, because that's going to go in the garbage. And then after you take that peeling off, you have something that looks like this. This is what you're going to use. And then what we're going to do here is, here's the one of my utensils that I'm going to use in preparing. Maybe let me go through that. Oh, I'll show you really quick first. This is called a garlic press. And I never knew these existed until I went to Ikea and I saw one of these and I said, "What is this?" And an Ikea worker said, "This is how you use it. You put a garlic clove in there, and you bring this thing on top like that, and then you press it like this. Voila! There you have your garlic pieces. And usually with a knife, I get the rest of it that doesn't come out. And that's how you use that. And there'll be some stuff on the inside too. And I use that too. By the way, some people throw that out, but I use it because it smells good. I love the smell of garlic. There should be a cologne called garlic something, garlic pleasures of delight. That's what it should be called. So that's how I use that for the garlic. And concerning the lemons, what I do is I'm going to zest the lemons, they call it. And what I do is I take this thing, and it's kind of a scraper. People use some people use it to scrape cheese and things like that. But you get your lemon, you wash it first, make sure it's clean. Wash it with water, cold water, and wipe it dry with a paper towel. And when it's ready, you go like this to get you go all the way around. I'll show you how I do that. For example, like this. Watch this. Oh, starting to smell good. Garlic and lemon. Mmm, mmm, mmm. That should be a cologne too. Garlic and lemon. So I'm going to do this, and you see it's kind of white. I'm taking some of the yellow stuff off. That's called zesting. So you do this, and it all falls into the bowl. I'm going to do this to both lemons. Okay, I'm going to do get it so that I go all the way around. So then it's all white. Then when I'm done with that, I put this aside, get it a little bit soft, squeeze it, because I'm going to use the juice too. So I get it so it's soft, then take my favorite knife, you cut it in half, and then sometimes lemons, I get bio lemons and they have a lot of seeds. So I use this, it's a strainer, put that there very carefully, then I squeeze the lemon, and you'll see, I'm going to show you a little bit later how it looks, okay? Just describing it for you now. So then I squeeze the lemon, the half lemon, I cut it in half and get a half, and I squeeze it, and the seeds fall in here. That way the seeds don't go in there. But the juice comes through and it goes in there. So that's what I'm going to do with those things. So all these garlic pieces, I'm going to do with the garlic press. I'm going to put all of that in there. And this is going to be filled up with the juice of both lemons and the zest, that stuff on the outside. Squeeze all of that in there. And then we have our olive oil. And we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to mix it together with a spoon. And that's going to go on top of the chicken. Now, as for the chicken, I just finished washing them. Whenever you're working with chicken, it's always a good idea to wash it, yeah? I mean, not with soap. When I first was learning how to do this dish, somebody said, yeah, you wash your chicken. So I thought, put dishwash soap, and it's not a good idea. Believe me, from experience, it's not a good idea. Flashback. Okay, so cold water, run it under cold water, and then clean it off so it's nice and clean. Then you get paper towels and then you wipe it dry and let it sit there for a couple of minutes to dry. And that's what I've done. So these are ready to be processed. So what I do there next is I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil over this. I'm going to show you how. Just a little bit, not too much, because we're going to use a lot in here too. When I make this marinade, I guess is what you call, well, like that, just over the top. Because then what I do with my hands is now I'm going to give it a massage. Massaging chicken legs. Move the oil so that it goes all around the chicken, the legs. Oh, by the way, I put this baking paper underneath. I put 2 sheets of paper on here. The only reason why I did that is because before, on the baking tray, I would put the chicken on top of that. And then when the chicken is done, it's stuck to the bottom, and it's really hard to clean too. So I use baking paper so that the chicken doesn't stick to the thing. That's optional. You don't have to do that, but I do that because I'm lazy. I don't want to scrub this tray. So to make it easy. So we do this, get it all ready. I think we have it all pretty much massaged up. Everything is oiled up. And then I'm going to take a little pause here because I have to wash my hands now. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper on, but I'll be right back. So I washed my hands. Like I said, whenever you're working with fowl or birds, always a good idea. Every time you finish handling it, if you got to do something else, you got to touch something else, wash your hands, especially with chicken and especially with turkey, because you don't want to mess around with those germs when it's not a good temperature. It can make you really sick. I know that from experience. So next thing I'm going to do is put some pepper and salt over this chicken legs, and okay, and can be a little bit generous here. Okay. And when this is all cooking together, you may not actually taste the pepper, but when it mixes with everything, oh, it does something. It does something really magical to the taste, the overall taste of everything, the flavor. Okay. Mostly I do that to the top. You can do this to the other side too if you want to, but this is the part that's going to be doing most of the cooking. So it's up to you. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all tastes really good. So, and also I use sea salt. It's the healthiest kind of salt out there. It's not iodized. It's good for you. And this is really going to cook. It does something to, I don't know, brings everything together, I think. So now we have that sitting there. So I'm going to let that sit there for a while. Now I'm going to work on this part. So first thing I'm going to do is get all these garlics pressed. And this is a lot of garlic. It's up to you. How much garlic do you want to use? Maybe some of you don't want to use so much, but I love garlic. And garlic is healthy. I don't know what it does, but all I know is it's healthy and it smells really good. Whoops, excuse me. Okay, I just go one after the other, and at the end I clear off whatever is excess. Really a good press. Good press. Okay, almost got it done. You see that? Oh, this is smelling really, really, really good. Maybe some of you out there are going, "Jeez, that's a lot of garlic." Yeah, it is, but it tastes good. And it's going to go over all of the chicken in the end, so that's why we need a lot of it. Okay, we got all that. And then get the residue out. See how much we can get. Get as much as you can, then the rest you can rinse out. Okay, I think I got that. I think I got it all. Just have to scrape it out. You can make this for any time, but since I've been living in Germany, I make it for like Thanksgiving. I don't know how to make turkey, so I usually eat this when I'm making when I celebrate Thanksgiving. I know some people are like, that's a bad holiday. Should be called Thanksgiving. And if you've heard something like that, I highly recommend that you watch my video that I call Thanksgiving. I posted it about a month ago. It's just called Thanksgiving, and you'll hear the true story behind Thanksgiving. This is a really Indian holiday. Okay, I got that ready. Now I'm going to work on zesting the lemons. And let's see how fast I can get this done. This might take a few minutes. This is a good workup. You're really taking some, it's really a workout here. Maybe for some of you, if you're really upset about something, do this. Gets all the energy out, so your mind can come in and help you solve whatever problem that you're having. Work out the energy, let that energy come out, so your mind can come in and say, okay, how can we make the best of our situation in life? And then you come up with all kinds of ideas. But doing something physical is a good thing. It's good for your heart too. Okay, I think that's, came really close there, but that's okay. I think this is good enough for the first one. I'm taking a look at it. You don't want to overdo it, because the next thing you know, you'll be cutting into the lemon, and you don't want to do that. Getting a lot of zest. That's so cool. Take a look at that. Lots of zest there. That's really nice. That's exactly what you want to see. And with 6 chicken legs, 2 lemons usually does the trick, because you need enough to cover all of those chicken eggs. Okay. You know, long time ago, see, on the reservation, yeah, there's good things and there's bad things, just like everywhere else in this world. When I was a young boy, my mother was a preschool teacher, and it's children from the whole community that goes there. So there's Indian kids, there's white kids, and one time there was this old man, and he volunteered. Well, he drove his grandchildren to school. They were 4 or 5 years old, a boy and a girl, and he noticed in the winter time there were all these Indian kids coming in, and they were so cold. And so he talked to my mother, and he asked her if it would be okay if he could pick these kids up and bring them to school, because they were so cold. And my mom said, if you want to. But he volunteered his time to school, didn't have a bus that time. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the lemon in half. You have to be careful. So look at that, all that juice is coming out. Be careful. Okay, got a cutting board here. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think that's seeds. I don't know what that is. Okay, so now I use this. I have to be really careful, because sometimes this thing likes to fall in. And now I'm going to squeeze. Well, I could pick it up like this. Just as long as you have this over there, because you don't want the seeds to get into the bowl. Okay, so you see how all that lemon juice is coming out. Try to get as much lemon juice out of there as you can. Look, there's some seeds. See? You don't want that in there, because if you accidentally leave some seeds in there, you're going to hear some popping in the oven. It's not a good idea. Okay, got that one. And do this one too. Same thing. Yeah, so anyway, this old man, he made himself the bus driver for the preschool that my mother worked at. And so he was picking up the Indian kids and the white kids and bringing them together. And all the kids, they grew to love him, yeah, because he was really friendly and nice. And as a result of this activity, he and my mother became really good friends. And he was a farmer, And during the summer times, or I guess throughout the year, he would trade with my mom. See, on the reservation, you might have heard me talk about this on some videos, that long time ago, when the reservations were first built, our ancestors, they couldn't leave the reservation during that time. They couldn't gather, the wild vegetables and wild fruits. They couldn't hunt, and they only were allowed to eat what the government gave to them, which was really unhealthy foods. And that evolved into something called commodities or commodities. And it's canned foods, canned meat, canned fruits, canned vegetables, powdered stuff. You got flour, corn, I forgot what it was called, cornmeal, oatmeal, canned juices, things like that. They're really unhealthy foods, but that's all people had in those days. This was before food stamps. So that's what everybody had. And this farmer, he traded with my mother, and he wanted to have some of those food, those commodities, to feed to his animals. And in exchange, he gave my mother chicken. And so we always had chicken to eat at home. And this is chicken that's right from the farm. And he always brought a lot of eggs. My goodness. Oh, geez. Our refrigerator really had a lot of eggs in it. And he always kept us well supplied. And my mother traded with him. She had a job, and we had a lot of commodity foods that we didn't eat. And she didn't, she had no problem giving it up. So this is why I like chicken. Okay, now I got all this done, and I'm going to put some olive oil in there, and maybe about that much, and then I'm going to mix it together. I need a spoon, so let me gather a small spoon and mix it all up. Get everything in there. Oh, we need some, I know I just salted in there, but the marinade asks for salt too. Yeah, that should be good. That's just a little bit. Then we mix all of this together. And what we should do at this point is get our oven heated up. And we want to do that to 200 degrees Celsius. For those of you on the res, that's 376 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, get this. Okay, I don't know what that's called, but I know it's 5 clicks. it's you can hear the oven going there. So that's going to be preheating. I'm getting this ready here. So I'll make sure this is all mixed up. Okay. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, the smell. Then I'm going to let this sit here just for a little bit. Now I'm going to get the rosemary ready. And I got my special tool for that. And release the safety thing. Gotta be careful, these are really, really, really sharp. Okay, I'm gonna use all of this. So I'll try it as low as I can. And it'd be a good idea to rinse this under water too, cold water, and have that ready. Okay, so I'm gonna get this rinsed. Go to the, okay, I'm gonna do this. Cold water. Okay. Oh, the this rosemary is just, oh my gosh, that really smells good. I need to get a couple of paper towels and get this ready. Just kind of dab it like this. Pat it a little bit. If you want to, you can do this in the very beginning and then let it sit there and dry, but I wanted to show you what I use. And some stores, they have it pre-cut and in packages, but I like it like this because you see, whoops, I'll pick that up later. You see this? You can water that and more will grow. So you can have a lot of rosemary ready. Okay, this is ready. I'll leave this sit right here. And let's get this on to the chicken. Okay, now we're gonna put this on the chicken. You see try to spread the garlic around. I go 1 spoonful on every chicken, then I come around and keep doing that until I used everything up. And we have one chicken that's facing the wrong way. That one's out of order. He's rebelling. Okay. Yeah, this guy from that's a good friends with my mother. He was a sweet old man, and yeah, him and my mother were like best friends, and they remained that way through all their lives. They were friends up to the very end, and they were like brother and sister. And I think that's really cool when you see something like that. Different race, because in South Dakota, some of you may know, it's a very, very racist state, and it's unfortunate that it's that way. It's so unfortunate that people only look at the outer person. They don't take the time to get to know somebody. And that's the one thing I learned from my mother, is that when she was a teacher, she always had the kids playing together, the Indian kids and the white kids. She wanted them to remember that. She planted a seed into these children. And she, after 30 years of teaching, she retired. And then, so there's like 3 generations that know her as teacher. Okay, I'm going to put these on top before we put them in the oven. And this is really good. Now, these should be in the oven a total of 1 hour. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the timer set for a half hour. So in a half hour, I'm going to check it out. And there will be some sauce on the bottom. So I'm going to use my baster. This is good to have. Pick it up and pour it back on the chicken. Check on the chicken in 30 minutes to do that. I have it set. I didn't put it in. So I'm going to put this in the oven now. And I need to get my gloves. There we go. I really like this oven because it has these trays. I think it's this one, yeah. The bottom one. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to put the chicken in. Make sure it clicks. Okay. This guy is going in for 30 minutes. Okay. So it'll be in there for 30 minutes. Then I check it and then I baste it. I get some of the juices out, put it on top of the chicken, and then I put it back in the oven. And then I set the timer for 15 minutes. And then when that 15-minute bell alarm rings, that's when I'm going to put the rice. I'm going to make the rice. So I'm going to put some hot water in there and a cup of rice and start that, because that's going to take about 30 minutes to make. Then I set the alarm again for another 15 minutes. And then when that 15 minutes is over, I check the chicken again. And if it looks done, if I like the color, then I take it out and it has to sit for another 15 minutes. You should always, when you're baking chicken, when you put it out, let it sit for 15 minutes, because not only for it to cool down, but it's kind of like still cooking internally. Then after that 15 minutes, it tastes really good. And when that's done, the rice is done at the same time, and it's time to eat. So that's how we do this chicken. I'm going to come back shortly to check up on that. So I'll catch you in a few minutes. And this song is called While You're Waiting for Your Chicken to Cook in the Oven. Whoa! A chicken! Oh no! Okay, I'm going to test out my chicken and see what it looks like so far. 30 minutes has gone by and it's looking really good. This is what it should look like at 30 minutes. The end result will be a little bit darker, but right now it's perfect. It's really good. Let me get this out a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to baste it. Just putting some of the sauce back on. More of that nice lemon flavor. Look at all that lemon juice that's on the bottom. This is all lemon juice. You can put this on your rice too if you want to. It's really good stuff. And it seems to all be going down on this area. Just move this aside a little bit. Move your rosemary around a little bit so you can get some of this stuff on there. It'll taste really good. Okay. Now I'm going to mix some of this stuff back on. And I want to get over here because I don't think I've got this one over here. Looks like I'm not really doing anything, but believe me, there's stuff going on to the chicken. Okay. Alright. Looks real good. Okay, I'm gonna put this back up. The rosemary back in there. This is the rose. Even the rosemary smells. It's a really nice smell. Okay, so we're gonna put this back in. It's pretty good for 30 minutes. Looks really nice. Okay, now I'm gonna set my alarm to 15 minutes. And when this alarm goes off, when you use these alarms, make sure you go all the way and then bring it back. Let's see, do I have it? Yeah, all the way, and then bring it back to where you want it. And I want it at 15, right there. So at 15 is when I start the rice. So we'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna start our rice. The chicken has been in the oven for another 15 minutes. The buzzer just rang. So I got some water boiling here, and we're gonna put About a cup of rice. This is for 2 people, and it's enough. Yeah, but it's up to you how you want to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to put the rice in, and that's going to cook for about a half hour. Now, when you make your dish, also not so high. I'm going to put this on a low level. Okay, for level 1 for me. Let's see. Yeah, that's at the 1. Okay. So when you make this dish, I make it with rice most of the time, but make whatever you like to eat with chicken. Maybe you like to eat pasta, or maybe you like to eat potatoes as your side dish, whatever you want. But this is what I'm doing tonight for 2 people. So this will go for 30 minutes. But I have my alarm is going to go for another 15 minutes for the chicken. The chicken will be done in 15 minutes. So I will see you again in 15 minutes. Okay, the final buzzer has rung for the chicken. The chicken has spent a total of 1 hour in the oven. Usually it takes an hour to cook chicken legs. So now I'm going to take the chicken out. And lila wa stamina. The chicken smells really good. Wana lila lo watching. Now I am really hungry. So I'm gonna take it out and set it out for a little bit. Where's the English for a little bit? Sometimes I still speak res English every now and then. Okay, here we go. Oh, be very careful when you take this out. Hot stuff coming through here. Ooh. I'll let that sit for a while. Okay, so now I'm going to close the oven up and turn it off. You want to make sure your oven is turned off. You don't need any unpleasant surprises coming up here. Okay, chicken, it looks really good, and lila stamina. Lila lo watching. I'm really hungry. Okay, now the chicken has to sit for another 15 minutes, and we're gonna cover it up with a little foil, and it's gonna do like a silent cooking, you could say. Little bit by itself here. But got the rice still going here. That goes another 15 minutes. But that cooks for 15 minutes. This rests for 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, it'll be time to eat. Okay, let me get this over here. It doesn't have to be tight. You don't have to really make it tight and strong. Just as long as your chicken is covered. So now that's going to sit for 15 minutes. Then the rice should be done. Then it'll be time to eat. Again, the chicken takes a total of 1 hour in the oven. Just to do a little recap, I put it in the oven and I let it go for a half hour. Then I checked it and I did some basting with this. Put the juices back onto the chicken and put it back in for 15 minutes. And then I put the rice on the stove. Then we set it for another 15 minutes. And then it's done. So 1 whole hour it's been in the oven. So now we just wait for another 15 minutes. Ready? If you would like to make a salad with your dish, this is what I do. And these are some of the things that I use to make a salad. Carrot, paprika, pepper, red pepper, and lettuce and some tomatoes, and usually with this, you saw it in the other video. If you haven't seen my other video, which is, I'll put a link to it in the description. It's another cooking video. You see how I prepare this and that, and You can make your salad if you would like to eat your dish with the salad, which is a healthy thing to do. You can make your salad the way you like to make it. This is what I use. Okay, now the rice is done and it's time to eat. And so we're getting ready. Lift up the chicken. Oh, that looks really good. In case you might be wondering what this dark stuff is, that's the garlic. Okay, it looks like that, but it really adds to the flavor of the chicken. And the rosemary, you can eat the rosemary with the chicken because this is really good stuff. Crunchy. So now we're getting ready for that. So let's proceed and see you in a few minutes. See you in a minute. Okay, here's the meal in its finished form. Smells really good. Looks very delicious. So now we get ready to enjoy this wonderful, wonderful meal. And Wana Wotapi.
On my meal tonight, I decided to eat a little bit of tzatziki with my rice and mix it in with some chicken. And that's one heck of a good flavor there. For those of you that don't know, tzatziki is a Greek dish, and it's made out of cucumbers and creme fraiche and quark, garlic, and a lot of garlic on this meal. It's a really good one. I love it. And you can add your favorite kind of thing with your rice too. Maybe you like yogurt with it or whatever you like. And by the way, I don't drink alcohol, so what's in the glasses on the table is water. What are your favorite dishes? If you would like to, please post it in the comment section. Or maybe you have some recipes to share too.
I invite you to come visit my website at Lakota7.com. You can see the address on the screen, and here you can learn about the books that I've written and also some of the services that I offer. For example, spiritual consultation and Lakota language lessons. And you can see the books that I wrote, and one of them called Keya Mato Stonehearts I wrote with my wife. And if you would like to order these books or order any of my services, you can see all the information on the screen. And for more questions, please write to me at the email address that you see at the bottom right of the screen.
Thank you very much for listening to this video, and I really appreciate your support of this channel. Also, thank you for the comments that you leave. I read them all and I really appreciate them. And if there's information here that can help you, then that's cool. And if not, then well, that's okay too. And thank you very much for being a part of this community. I invite you to visit my other channel, which is called Lakota Language from the Heart. And I'm putting a link to it in the video description. So check out my new channel, which is exclusively about learning to speak the Lakota language from the heart. Everything is a circle. There is no end. So that's why we say until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha Ake.